YouTubers, friends, family members, subscribers, everyone that watches me, everyone watching now, you watching right now, you look like, to me, you look like someone who would want to subscribe to me. So I'm going to give you a second. Hit the button. Or hit the button. Hit the button. Now that we've got that taken care of, I wanted to speak with you guys about something that I get asked all the time in my career. How did you make it? How did you become successful? How did you come to own your own tattoo studio? It's a very long story, but I'm going to give you some simple steps to help you achieve what you're looking for in life. It doesn't matter if you want to be a tattooer or any other job, and in any other field. It doesn't make a difference. The rules are exactly the same. All the information's available. There are books out everywhere. There isn't anything you can't learn. And I come from a very small hometown, very humble beginnings. There isn't anything I had access to that you do not have access to. Nothing, I promise. There's two main keys to becoming successful, and I truly believe this in my heart. I'm not saying this is the end-all be-all of information and knowledge, but I'm telling you what worked extremely well and what is working extremely well for me. Number one, develop a plan and stick to it. That's really all you have to do. You just have to determine what it is that you want and just critically think about what kind of steps would get you there. And then you just do those steps. To me, it's not rocket science. I don't understand why it has become this difficult. Everyone, and I understand this social media boom, everything's moving fast and everybody thinks that there's like this instantaneous way to gain, fame, and we see, someone like Justin Bieber, gets discovered on YouTube and all of a sudden he's this big sensation. Well, unfortunately, he's the exception, not the rule. We are the rule. Us. Average, everyday people who want something better for ourselves. Two, it's the X factor. This is what you have to have. You know what the X factor is? Hard work. That's it. Understand the climate of your profession. I don't know who lied to you and told you that 40 hours a week was a standard work week for success, but they're wrong. You know what 40 hours a week is? 40 hours a week is an average work week. If you work an average work week, guess what you can have? An average life. And if you have an average life, that's wonderful, but most people, they do not have the financial skills to budget themselves on an average work week, and so they end up living below the bar. If Joe Schmo is over here in your same profession working 50 hours a week, you at least need to be working 60 or 65 at the very least. And I don't mean 60, 65 hours of grueling, back-breaking labor, but you need to be putting energy and motion in the direction of your career that many hours a week. I probably tattoo anywhere from 35 to 50 hours a week, depending on what my schedule looks like. I'm not gonna lie, some weeks are a little less, some weeks are a little more. It's an average. But there isn't a second I'm not dedicating here at this studio towards my long-term goal, towards my what? My plan. Every night when I go home, you can catch me laying in bed, something like this, getting work done. It might not look like I'm doing anything. I might just be networking with the next person who commented on my Facebook page. I might be talking to some of my subscribers. I might be tweeting about the movie I'm watching. I might tweet if I farted. But you gotta keep that interaction up and keep your name on people's mouths if you want to be successful. Ask me, any job you desire that doesn't, involve some fancy college degree, which I didn't attend college, so you're on your own there. But if you want a career, and again, I think the rules probably still apply. I think with anybody you ask anybody who goes through college, what it takes. They come up with a plan, they stick to it, they do the work, they're constantly doing things to get to that degree. So, again, I think those rules, still apply. But what you have to ask yourself is, what do you want to do? What is gonna make you happy to do for the rest of your entire life? And then how are you gonna get there? And it's not gonna make you happy today. It's probably not gonna make you happy tomorrow or next week. It's gonna be a long process, I had a car that with windows that didn't work. I had, a top ramen and natty light diet for a long time, but I was grinding and trying to spend my money and reinvest in myself because, at the end of the day, you're the only person that you can believe in. If you don't want to start over, stop giving up. Keep investing in yourself. Don't invest in some idea or some scheme. Invest in you. if you put dollars into yourself and you keep that motivation high, you're not really taking a chance. You're not really gambling if you never give up. Because then at the end of the day, you have no one to blame, and people do not like to blame themselves for stuff. So you will not give up. Ask me any job, any kind of job, and I could probably in seconds give you an extremely detailed plan about how to make it work. My answer is not going to be immediate success. And that's the fact of the matter. I'll have been tattooing 9 years this year, and it just broke for me. I just hit my big break. I just became as successful as I was hoping for. I just got the recognition I feel like I deserved. I just hit the talent level that I always aspired for. 9 years in. I make a lot of money now. You know, it's everyone, you're bragging if you say you have a lot of money, but I'm just trying to tell you, you know, who would you rather listen to on how to shoot a jump shot? Michael Jordan or a homeless guy on the street? You're probably going to go with the guy with proof of his accomplishments, right? So I'm here to tell you I make over 6 figures a year. That might be not so balling to some people, but I know a lot of people who would aspire to make that kind of money. 8 years I put into this before I broke. How long does a master's degree take? Roughly 8 years, right? I don't think there's any coincidence there. I think it's the same amount of time that you dedicate into going and getting your degree. If you dedicated that to yourself and a single dead-eye focus line of work, I think you'll make that exact same money. But you'll probably be doing something you actually enjoy as opposed to something you think you're gonna enjoy or find out after you get the job that you don't enjoy. That's for another topic. But invest in yourself. How old are you now? 18? 20? 30? So you're telling me that 8 years is too long to work at something to make over 6 figures a year? If you're 20, you'll be 28 by the time you're doing well. If you're 30, you'll be 38 by the time you're doing well in a career that you love. That's too long? 8 years is too long? If 8 years is too long, you can turn it off now. I got nothing for you, because nothing beats hard work. And you have to work a lot, and you have to outwork other people, and you have to not give up. Just when things are getting super dark and grim, I always found in my experience, that's right when you push through and you hit another big break and a big opening. It always seems to be that right when people give up is just a second before things go really, really well for them. So stop giving up. Work hard, invest in yourself, and stop giving up. Follow your plan through. Write it on a big board in your house. I don't care what you got to do. I want to see your plans in a row and then how you're going to get to those plans. They don't have to be anything absurd. You know, you could ask yourself, if you want to be a YouTuber, okay, how many followers do I want to get per day? How many do I want to get per week? And then what's my goal for this year and then 5 years forward? And then stick to it. There are easy ways to get people to follow you on social media. There's some difficult ways, but there's some easy ways too. But guess what? You have to sit at home after a long day at work and put in more hours to get to where you're going. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm a happy individual. I am a quote unquote successful individual in whatever way someone wants to perceive that. I want to share my happiness with you. I want you to be as happy and fulfilled as I am. If that's not what you're after, can't help you anymore. But if that is something you're after, I know you can do it. And you can do it because why? Because I did it. And I'm not any more special than anybody else. The only thing I determined a long time ago is that I was going to pick a career and I was going to stick with it, and I wasn't going to, bills are going to be there. I understand you guys, oh, I can't do my, I already got kids, I already got bills. Your bills are going to be there. You know how much debt I went into to get to where I'm going? How many chances I took? How much money I invested in myself? But if you invest in yourself and you don't give up, you can't lose. If you invest in yourself and don't give up, you can't lose. It's as simple as that. Thank you guys for joining me on this. I would like to cover it a little bit more in detail. If you guys have a career path that you're interested in pursuing, let me know. I will literally spend the time to come up with a full-blown plan on how you can do it. You just have to be willing to follow said plan. Come talk to me, email me, leave a comment, let's talk about it. Go to my Instagram, go to my Twitter, tweet at me. Just go to my Twitter, @JordanBerry, ask me anything you want. It's totally gratifying to help people out. Why do you think that these big name people write books and they give seminars? Because they're happy and they're successful and they want it for you, because there's not some pie of money and then everybody's already had a slice and there's nothing left for you. That's not true. Money is very abundant and you deserve some. Let me help you get there. If you liked this video and you thought it was informative and it was everything you needed today, tell a friend about it, have them watch it, subscribe to my channel because more of this hotness is coming. Thank you.